Hi, my name is Jennifer Wessel. I decided to do my presentation on the BP oil spill of 2010 and the events and communication failures that occurred before, during, and after the disaster. The BP oil spill of 2010 was one of the worst disasters in the United States. Over 100,000 animals lost their lives that we know of, but some are still washing on shore, so we are not exactly sure of the number of animals that were actually killed. Over the next 5 years, the U.S. lost money due to this disaster. Prices of seafood skyrocketed and tourism in the area was down for 3 years after the spill. This cost an estimated $23 billion for companies that relied on tourists. The cost of gas went up to almost $5 a gallon. The amount of oil that was lost in the Gulf was enough to fuel a car for 95 million miles, a jet for 4 million miles, and enough to buy 6,000 wind turbines. The company's stock market value dropped from $182 billion to about $89 billion by July 2010. Poor management is what caused most of the communication failures for this company. If the management took safety more seriously and had a plan in place for events like this, the company would have been more prepared. Instead, the CEO cared more about his reputation than he did the safety of his company and his workers. He also spent more money on advertisements that could have been spent on cleaning the Gulf of Mexico instead. The CEO of BP was dishonest from the beginning. He decided it was better to lie to the government instead of telling the truth and dealing with this problem. This cost him billions of dollars in fines after the government found out the truth and knew that he was lying. He lied about how much oil was spilling every day and tried to cover it up with Corexit. He said only 5,000 barrels were spilling every day into the Gulf, while he knew it was about 60,000. He also lied about how safe Corexit was. It caused skin rashes, cardiovascular problems, and loss of memory in some people. It was used to keep the oil from going to the shoreline so people didn't know how bad it really was. According to him, if you can't see it, it's not there. I believe that this disaster could have been avoided or less severe if there was better management. The CEO of BP didn't take safety seriously. He just took it day by day. He never pre-planned anything. If he had an emergency plan in place, he would have been more prepared. If he had been honest about what happened from the beginning, they probably could have fixed it sooner if they knew exactly what was happening. I believe that if BP had a CEO that took safety seriously, this event probably wouldn't have happened. These are some pictures of the Gulf of Mexico. The ones on the left were before the oil spill, and obviously the ones on the right were after the oil spill. After the oil spill occurred, it has taken years to clean up a lot of the mess, and it is still not done. A lot of the oil has been taken out of the Gulf, but there is still a lot that they weren't able to get out. After 5 years, the marine life in the Gulf has finally started to come back. Cleaning the Gulf is still a work in progress, but it's never going to be 100% back to the way it was before this oil spill. Hopefully something like this never happens again.